Hello there. Good to be with you. Thanks for joining the live chat. Can you hear me, viewers? Thank you for responding with yes, too many new stories in today's live chat. This week's last live chat we are uh, having now. I'll be back on Friday after this chat. Let me welcome the participant, Simon Tisfai, first participant rather, in comment section saying, "Hi, Sajid. How are you?" Simon says, "Is the civil war issue largely about disarmament?" Ironically, no. Uh, Sorasa Hundera joined too, says, "Hi, Mr. Sajid. Welcome, lovely brother. Good to see you here, Surasa. Hope you're doing fine, brother." Uh, African star here, Yimane Bisrat joined too. Dibu joined. Welcome, Dibu. BB says, Eritrea, not only Sudan, Eritrea is going to arm the Bratsin of Tigray. Too interesting, by the way. Abdo Abafagi joined. Welcome, Abdo. Peace to you too, says. How are you, brother? You're getting younger and younger every day. I see you. What is the secret? Well, I'm getting older and older, I think, with every passing day. My hair, gray. You can see that. I don't feel old, by the way, because 4 months ago I joined gym. I have never been to a gym, to a fitness center in my entire life. And I underwent a surgery in February last year. 4 months ago, I chose to go out for workouts, and I think it was the best decision of my life. One of the best decisions. Very late. Should have done that earlier. Wherever I go, whether in Pakistan or abroad, I ensure that at least 4 to 5 days a week I work out for less than an hour. Gunafir joined to Smiling Forest. Is Tigray really going to civil war? He's saying, asking a question. Two main topics in today's live chat. We'll keep it brief. Jafar joined to welcome Jafar. Firstly, Eritrea. I did several videos in the last 1 year or so. I told you about Eritrea training armed groups from Sudan, but it wasn't just training. A Sudanese commander of an armed group gave an interview a few hours ago, and a Sudanese news source published the interview, and he talked about the Eritrean role in Sudan civil war. What did he say? His revelations are alarming. How is Eritrea managing to intervene in Sudan civil war this much? Secondly, is there any threat of civil war in Tigray? Jawar, in an interview 48 hours ago, talked about the danger of a civil war in Tigray. And uh, he claimed that PM Abiy could wage war on Eritrea as well. Jawar is relentless in his attacks on Abiy. He's painting Abiy as a national security threat, that this man could lead to disintegration of Ethiopia. Chestnut Spark says, do you think Somalia can build a more capable military? It's a little off topic. We are discussing about the new stories which I mentioned. Uh, yeah, any country can build a military. Uh, But problem is that Eritrea is relying a lot on outsiders. Somalia, sorry. Somalia is relying a lot on outsiders. I think it will have to train, it will have to establish its military locally. Foreign trained soldiers cannot be integrated into one cohesive unit, I believe. Yes, officers can be sent abroad for training, but bulk of the military should be trained in Somalia. Somalia is a long way to go, by the way, because this country is dependent on foreign support for its budget. Military establishment needs money. Does Somalia have money? It will remain always, not always, it will remain reliant on outsiders. When outsiders are involved in your defense sector, it's never good for your country. So Somalia has a long way to go to establish a full-fledged and powerful military, I think. Average Dom says, thanks a million for your Jawar video this morning. Well, that was my analysis of Jawar's interview. Uh, he's definitely exaggerating stuff. He's uh, exaggerated things to achieve his political objectives. Let's start yours. First news story from Eritrea. Amin Al Dawood is a Sudanese militia commander. His group is based in Darfur, uh, Western Sudan. And the man has been in contact with SASF government for years. Amin Al Dawood gave an interview to a Sudanese news source. Sudanese news source published this interview a few hours ago. Amin shared details of the Eritrean support for his militia. This militia is fighting in Sudanese civil war alongside Sudanese military against rapid support forces. Amin admitted that Eritrea is helping his fighters. And that his fighters were trained in Eritrea. But it isn't just training. Amin said that Eritrean government gave weapons to his militia. The government gave oil, lentils, rice to the fighters. And that had there been no Eritrean support for his group, by now rapid support forces would have taken over the territories which they're in control of in Western Sudan. So he thanked Eritrean government and he said, yes, Eritrea is giving us weapons, but will ensure after the war that the area is cleared. We need weapons, he said, and we're getting these weapons from Eritrea. People say that this part of Sudan is being heavily weaponized, but how can we survive without weapons? After the war, we'll launch a disarmament campaign. Now, confirmation coming from a Sudanese news source, Sudanese commander. I reported that, by the way, almost a year ago. And back then, I faced criticism from very loyal Eritrean government supporters who said, you spread lies, you're against Eritrean government. Now, Sudanese commanders themselves confirming that they're not just militarily trained, they are getting weapons. Question, viewers, is where does Eritrea get money from to finance armed groups abroad? Can Eritrean economy afford that? Who is giving funds to Eritrean government to arm the groups in Sudan? This is the question. Because a country where uh, tens of thousands of people are fleeing every year should focus on creating jobs for its people, but the money is being spent on providing weapons, rice, fuel, other supplies to armed groups operating in Western Sudan. Western Sudan does not share border with Eritrea. Eastern Sudan shares border. So Eritrea is now fully involved in this war, not just in Eastern Sudan, but in Western Sudan as well. Gabriel says, you never wonder why only 90 people watching you because of lies. Well, whether 90 or 9 or 1 people watch me, I'll speak the truth. And I'm telling you the sources. I am sharing the names of commander. I'm the news source name I'm sharing with you. And still you're saying I'm telling lies. So that just shows that you people don't want to listen to anything which you don't agree with. I can only feel pity for you because you're blinded by your allegiance and your servile loyalty towards individuals and groups and governments. And you people indirectly cause others to suffer too because you don't believe in truth. You don't speak the truth. Where I make mistakes, do challenge me, do question me. But when I'm sharing the names of sources, names of commanders, then you should recheck and have courage to speak the truth. Don't be afraid. People are scared generally when they avoid speaking the truth. I believe. So, who is funding Eritrean government? Is Al Burhan giving money to Isaias Afwerki? Is Egypt giving money to Isaias Afwerki? Is Russia giving money to Isaias Afwerki? Or is Eritrean people's money is it being spent on Eritrean government's ambitions abroad? Ahmed AJ joined. Welcome, Ahmed. Ephraim says that maybe Saudi is giving. Well, I have an interesting analysis. Welcome, peace and love. You're not late. I think that conflicts are a source of earning for Eritrean government. Sasavaki, I think, has learned the art of making money out of conflicts. Uh, I would be surprised if I came to know that Sasavaki is getting money from Sudanese military, because the groups being trained in Eritrea are pro-Sudanese military. Egypt could be uh, financially supporting Sasavokis, weaponizing Sudanese groups and other players too. Just like uh, Chad was being used by UAE to support rapid support forces. Chad was receiving money and Chad was letting its soil to be used against Sudanese military to support rapid support forces. So these conflicts become a source of earning for Isaias. Okay, that is why he intervenes in conflict. Sometimes there is no immediate danger to Eritrea because of these conflicts. But he intervenes in these conflicts because this is how he keeps conflicts away from Eritrean border, and this is how he makes money. African Star says, "Do you have proof if Eritrea gets money?" Well, I told you the statement of Sudanese military command. What the Sudanese commander is saying. Then where is Eritrea getting money from? Do you have any sources? Of course, money is coming from somewhere. Either you people are sending money to Eritrean government and that money is being diverted to military campaigns abroad. And you people don't have any courage. Those living in diaspora, they don't question Eritrean government that where is the remittance being spent? Why don't you hold the government accountable? Why don't you demand audit of your money? You people send your hard-earned money to Eritrean government, to your relatives through Eritrean government, and you don't know how the money is being used. So either this is Eritrean people's money for living abroad, or outsiders are supporting Eritrean government's interference in Sudan. All the several Eritrean viewers are just mad at me. Why? You are surprising. It's surprising for me, honestly, to see how blindly you support the government. You know your people are dying, you know what they're going through, and either your interests are aligned with the government or you don't want to listen to anyone who criticizes the government. Perhaps this is how individuals, political parties, groups, they manipulate people because people behave like slaves to them. They don't question them. Eritrean Post says, "Do you want Sudan to collapse?" By the way, Sudan is already collapsed. Come on. People removed Umar al Bashir. Why? Did they remove Umar al Bashir to bring al Burhan to power? Did they remove Umar al Bashir to pave the way for Hamati to take to be in power? No. Their political struggle was hijacked by both military commanders, RSF and Sudan military. It's already a collapsed state, I think. Where are politicians? Nowhere to be seen. Uh, but regional neighbors should not try to complicate the war. They become part of the war, and the conflict becomes a source of earning for them. Simon is saying more critical analysis of Eritrea in the future, please. Well, people are not just willing to listen to my reports about Eritrea. They are so uh, in love with the Isas Working government. Ilyas Muknan says, I saw a video of a tourist blogger visiting Eritrea. The country's infrastructure was in shambles. Not a single doorknob had been replaced since the 70s. IB says, Sajid, please answer my question. How does meddling in Sudan hurt our interests? They are our neighbor. We are in need to support. We need to support our allies there. Well, firstly, what is Eritrean government's official position? Did Eritrea ever say that it is supporting parties in the war? It says no, it's neutral. It has no hand in the Sudanese war. When your official policy is against what you're doing on the ground, questions will be asked. Yes, countries intervene abroad. What do Americans do? Intervene in so many countries of the world, overt, covert. But at least people know what the government is doing, where the money is coming from, how the money is being spent. Problem in Eritrea is that their official policy and their actual policy are different. And they don't speak the truth. They just deceive their people. And people, like some viewers, they love to be deceived, maybe. Now, its second news story, which is also linked to Eritrea as well. Uh, Jawar claimed in an interview that a civil war could erupt in Tigray and that the war could have national consequences. Secondly, he claimed that Abiy could wage war on Eritrea. And thirdly, he claimed that Abiy is creating problems in Tigray by saying different things to different TPLF people. He's basically deceiving the TPLF. Is there any real threat of civil war in Tigray? Any real threat of Ethiopia Eritrea war? I did some videos on that. Uh, I did videos on the possibility of Eritrea Ethiopia war. I did not make a video about the possibility of civil war in Tigray. Jawar raised this point, so I thought of speaking on it. Mikhail, no big development there in Western Tigray. Amora, you're not late. Uh, I just completed one part of the live chat. I'm here. Question: is there really a threat of civil war in Tigray? Well, if you ask me, there is threat of violence in Tigray. I don't see full-blown civil war in Tigray. Why? Firstly, people. People are fed up with the war. They suffered, and they have realized that they fought for nothing because their leaders are now fighting for power internally. They are really frustrated. TPLF uh, does not want to remove Getachew by force. If it does, its political future will be in danger. It could provide federal government with an excuse to fully back Getachew or the government. Getachew, TPLF will gradually paralyze Tigray interim government. Already it's happening. That the region is basically under two administrations. Two pillars of power in Tigray are firstly Tigray interim government, TPLF, and third party is Tigray Security Force. Tigray Security Forces won't let matters get out of their hands. They don't want a war. Varede-led military is the main player in Tigray. Still, Tigray has 20,000, over 20,000 soldiers. So Varede is not in the mood for a war. If that is why, by the way, since military is not in the mood for war, that is why neither Debrecen nor Getachew have made any violent moves against each other. Both are threatening each other. Where they threaten Debrecen threatening Getachew government that Getachew will have to go. Getachew threatening that he will take action against TPLF people, but just threats. Why they are not uh, implementing their threats? Because they know that military won't accept that. Military does not want war. So this is how I see the situation in Tehran. There's no imminent danger of civil war. Violence could happen. We could see small scale clash, collisions. Military will intervene, military will ensure that peace is protected. Why? Because already people are suffering. 30,000 youths, over 30,000 youths fleeing Tigray in 1 month. Every month. If war breaks out, more people will, I think, flee Tigray. That is why war is unlikely. Political wrangling will continue. Military will ensure that political hostility does not turn into civil war. This is how I see the situation in Tigray. Now, second point, Abiy, is he going to wage war on Eritrea? We don't know about future. No one knows about futures. We can only build our analysis on the events and on the developments happening today. On the basis of today, you predict about tomorrow. Yes, Eritrea Ethiopia relations are very cold. Yes, there is no warmth in bilateral relations. Yes, Ethiopia is backing anti-Eritrean opposition groups. Yes, Eritrea wants Abiy gone, but militarily there is no uh, signs that a war is imminent. No such signs. If Abiy can be removed without a war in Tigray, why would Abiy go for war? Why would Eritrea go for war? And if Ethiopian Prime Minister knows that Isaias Afwerki can be removed without a war, why would Abiy go for a war against Eritrea? And if somehow Ethiopia gains access to sea through negotiations amicably, I don't think it will then wage war on Eritrea. The war of 2020 is still haunting the people of Ethiopia. You saw what happened. That war pushed Ethiopia backwards. So do you expect now Ethiopia to prepare for another large scale war against Eritrea just to gain access to sea through Assab? It does not make sense. It does not make sense now. In coming days, weeks, months, it won't happen. We don't know about future. Jawar is basically trying to prove that Abiy is incompetent. Abiy is a complete failure. He will cause the downfall of the country. He can start a new war. He should be kicked out. And who should replace him? Oh, well, anyone. And he's also interested. Though he'll never say that he wants to be the prime minister, but he wants political uprising in Tigray, in Ethiopia. He wants support from abroad as well. If he says that Abiy is planning to wage war on Eritrea, it should not happen. It means he's trying to get support from Eritrea. If he says that Abiy is trying to create divisions in TPLF, what does it mean? He wants support from TPLF. This is basically a political narrative being built a politician by a politician. And when politicians build political narratives, they lie as well. It happens everywhere. Perhaps they believe that they are doing something good, and for that, they can just mix lies and truth. So, this is how I see the two questions: threat of civil war in Tigray, threat of war between Eritrea and Ethiopia. Jafar says, let me address this point. Several people are confused on this point. They say, Jafar says, Sajid, I don't subscribe to the idea that Jawar is gunning for the PM spot. Please, people close to him have categorically told me that it's not what he's seeking. He also made the statement. I know he said that he does not want to be a PM. But uh, this is what he wants. Why is he just waging political war on Abiy? Why is he trying to create informal alliances with other groups in Ethiopia? Why is he hoping to receive support from abroad as well? It's part of Jawar's plan. Of course, if he removes Abiy, by the way, if somehow Jawar manages to remove Abiy through political uprising, who will the people want to be the prime minister of Ethiopia? Simple question. If Jawar somehow removes Abiy from power, he returns to Ethiopia, he launches a Kio like movement, then who will take credit for that? Obviously, Jawar. People would want him to replace Abiy. It's, I think it's very simple to predict. You don't need to have his confirmation that he wants to be the PM. Just have a look at the larger picture, which he's trying to make. Agonafir says, I disagree with you on analysis of Jawar on his views on Abiy. Abiy is a madman. Well, I don't defend Abiy. I never said Abiy was a success in Ethiopia. I never said that, if you remember. I never said that PP's 6-year period is better than EPRDF. I never drew a comparison as well. But we just analyze statements of Jawar and Abiy as well. Yes, Sam says, Getachew once said they will hang Abiy. Do you remember that? He does not trust any of them. I remember that. I know what TPLF had been calling Abiy. They've been using the word genocider for Abiy. They've been calling Abiy a threat. But now I think Jawar has found allies in Tigray. Not Jawar, Abiy has found allies in Tigray. Getachew, Sadkan are on Abiy's side. He wants his men to be in a stronger position in Tigray. He'll have to trust them, and they'll have to trust Abiy. Matthews TV joined, says Sajid, Egypt is behind Eritrea growing Western investment is which will keep Abiy in power and Egypt in a box. A binding GERD agreement will solve this. I don't think Ethiopia will ever sign a legally binding agreement over GERD with Egypt. Gurnafir says, by the way, Sajid, Abiy recently said on Oromo PP Kadre meeting in Adama, for now, their approach in Tigray is to let them fight with each other. Well, some Ethiopian YouTubers break news about what happens at meetings, prosperity party meetings, Abiy meeting with channels, Abiy's meeting with the cabinet. I don't know what their sources are. I don't buy it, by the way. I don't think that a PM would say it publicly to his party cadres that he wants people of Tigray, leaders of Tigray to fight each other. I don't think so. Uh, YouTubers activists, they make up stories. Sometimes they just receive little bit of information, then they exaggerate it. AXL Wake says, how can Amhara accept second time Oromo PM? Well, I am not saying that they will accept that. They'll accept Jawar. But are Amharas united? Jawar is starting early. He's challenging Abiy politically. And I said that, if you remember, around a month ago in a live chat, I said, another Prime Minister from Oromia. The title of that live chat was Another Prime Minister from Oromia. I believe that this fight between Jawar and Abiy could end in the form of another PM from Oromia, what you are saying. But who is to blame if it happens? Who is to blame? Who will be responsible if it's not right? Obviously, those who are now sitting idle, doing anything. Amhara political elite is either supporting Abiy or they are relying on Fano, that Fano will reach Addis and remove Abiy. What are they doing politically? Shouldn't they try to unite and start political struggle against Abiy, just like Jawar is in the field? No one is posing a challenge to Abiy except Jawar now. Others silent. If they don't intervene, if they don't become part of this political fight, which they should, then it will be just a duel between Abiy and Jawar. Stronger will take over. With 42 minutes have passed, I think we should end the live chat. I covered two topics. I'll be back now next week. It was good to be with you. By the way, these days I am investing a little in crypto, in digital currencies too. If any of you has knowledge, has skill in terms of investment in crypto, do contact me. I studied for hours. Now you can contact me through Gmail, SAJID672000. Maybe we can exchange our views about investment in this sector. Zanabe says, you should ask Mooney Mooney. Well, there's lots of information on this issue, and different people have different predictions about different coins. But it's good to have discussions with people. I talk to Mooney as well. I talk to others too about crypto. And generally, people say that crypto is now financial future of the world. And by the way, no matter how much you earn, if you cannot take your money wherever you want to take it, it means that you're helpless. Governments control your money, so there should be some sort of mechanism to be in control of your money. Crypto has lots of gray areas, definitely with risky investments. But what I like about it is that you can take your money wherever you want to take. Let's hope someone contacts me and we can have some discussion about it. Thank you, viewers, for watching. It was good to be with you. My Eritrean viewers, sometimes they uh, unfairly accuse me. I'm not against Eritrean people, Eritrean government, Eritrean people, Eritrean military, but I only cover issues. And they unfairly criticize me of being anti-Eritrean people. One thing which I have been ensuring for the last 5 years is impartiality. Uh, whether it was coverage of Tigray war or conflict in Amhara or political issues, I tried to be impartial. But still, I cannot make everyone happy. Thank you, viewers. I'll be back next week on Friday. Till then, bye bye. Kidane Birhane joined late. Welcome, Kidane. Kidane is a member too. Kidane, I'm leaving. Hopefully, I'll see you again on Friday. Thank you. Bye bye.